Starting as a small group of hikers, the Nashville Hiking Meetup has grown tremendously as an outdoor adventure and eco-volunteer club. Organizing community volunteer projects such as park cleanups and trail building, the meetup shows the importance and the responsibility for us to take care of the beauty we enjoy on a daily basis.
The group started about 3.5 years ago, just as some people like to get together and hike. And our events became very popular very quickly. And over the few years, we've grown to about 3,500 members. Our original mission was just getting together with people and hiking, getting to the outdoors and meeting new people and spending time with friends in the outdoors. We've expanded that and started doing a lot of volunteer work. And our volunteer work is not only with groups like Beeman Park here, but also some of the other trails in East Tennessee as well. Total, we do about 5 events per week, and that's including hiking, volunteer work, and our social events. Last year alone, we did somewhere near 4,000 hours worth of volunteer work in and around the Middle Tennessee area.
Our budgets are tight, like everybody's right now, and with volunteers, we're able to do so much more that Metro can't fund right now, and that volunteers and our friends group, they get the money and they build all the stuff that we need right now that Metro is not able to fund. And they are an integral part of our community as far as the Nature Center community. They love nature, they want to give back to it and protect it. We have a lot of volunteer groups that come out and give great value to the Nature Center. We have our volunteer group to spread gravel for a trail to help stop erosion. It goes about 150 yards in, and they've all spread it by hand. And we also have an Americans Disability approved boardwalk that they are working on. It has been an ongoing project for about 2 years now because you are subject to volunteers in the groups when they come out, but we are grateful to them. It is going to go in about 300 yards into the park to give individuals with disabilities the opportunity to experience nature in ways that they normally can't. If it wasn't for our volunteer groups, you wouldn't have the boardwalk or our gravel trails and friends group working and maintaining those trails. Because right now, this center has only 2 full-time staff and a part-time staff to maintain over 1,600 acres. People build things for the park that give experiences to the individuals in the community that wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our friends groups. Nashville Hiking Meetup is one of those groups that leads trail hikes, and they have expertise that some of our staff don't, which then gets passed on to the patrons of the park.
Well, the boardwalk project that's going on behind us here is a 350-foot long boardwalk that's designed to provide access to the forest for people who might not feel comfortable or might not have the ability to walk on a more primitive foot trail, and really is designed for people in wheelchairs, families with strollers, older people whose ability, or just people in general who just might not feel like walking on a trail in the woods. But we wanted people to have access to the forest, to have that forest experience, and that's the purpose of the boardwalk. Because that's what people come here for. They really want to come to see the woods and the forest and the creeks and the wildflowers and nature in general. In this day and time, with the limits in funding that government has, it's just harder and harder for government to do this kind of thing. And so to me, that's the really exciting thing about it, is that we're able to accomplish this much work and use all volunteer labor. So really, we've gotten a huge bang for the buck. I don't know exactly how many dollars per linear foot, but it's significantly less than if we had to pay a private contractor to build it. So we're fortunate in that way, and that's our specialty. We don't raise a whole lot of money, but what money we do have, we make it work to the nth degree and squeeze every bit out of the money that we can. But you couldn't do it if you didn't have fantastic volunteers, and that's what we're fortunate to have. So we're really, really grateful to to all the different volunteer groups that have been involved, to the Nashville Hiking Meetup, to the Tennessee Trails Association, and all the different organizations that really have come out and lent a hand to get the project going.
Our volunteer events are not limited to parks and greenways, although that's a very big part of what we do, being nature lovers and hikers. We love to help out the trails and the city, the state, and the national parks in the area. We also do some fundraising events as well, some traditional fundraising type events. Last year alone, we raised about $36,000 for different charities and organizations. Our biggest one being the Jack and Back, which is a bike race from Franklin to Lynchburg and back all in one weekend. But we also do work for other agencies such as Second Harvest Food Bank. We do a monthly sorting shift out there, and we'll usually get about 50 to 60 people sorting food on a Monday night, and that's been a very popular event, very fun and rewarding event as well. We also do a couple of big events per year, such as the Dragon Boat Race, which is every August, and that benefits the Cumberland River Compact. And we also volunteer at a what's called the Oyster Race, which is an urban adventure race, much like TV's Amazing Race, and that benefits Make-A-Wish Foundation. We've worked with them for 2 years as well, and that's a lot of fun. Basically, we're a very member-oriented group, so if someone suggests something, I'm definitely willing to post it and try it and see if it works. Our members we get a lot of single people, newly divorced people, people moving from out of town, and we've become a very, very strong social network for those people. I have members telling me all the time how important the group is in meeting new people. We've had, people meet their husband and wives, from the group. We've had a lot of success. The group began as, hiking, volunteering, and social, but I think the social is one of the strongest components of it, just because it gets people out, gets people, focused on something else other than themselves. You're not stuck on a computer or in front of the TV. You're actually doing something active, accomplishing something, and meeting great people along the way.